Hello. Welcome back. This is Thuraya.
Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is Yasmeen.
How you doing? We actually did not
Good.
speak a word to each other.
Yeah.
Right? It was quick.
Literally. We just got into it.
Yeah,
Get
for
into it.
For real.
I'm addicted to this word now.
Getting into
It was yes, yes, yes. It's still yes, yes, yes. But now it's get into it.
You
Can't
go
stop
through
saying
phases, huh?
Yeah, it's always been like that. There were also words in Arabic when I was little that I used to make up in my mind. Nobody knows it, and I just say it.
Do you think you have a word that you used the most this year?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. It was yes, yes, yes.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's what I used. Wow.
Yeah. We just be making shit up.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Today is the weather is making me so happy. It's so clear. There is there's not even 1% of a humidity.
Yes, it's nice. No clouds too. It's sunny and it's a little bit cold.
It's like a
And
chilly
I love-
weather.
yeah.
A chilly weather.
Yeah,
I love
it was
it.
nice. I was walking out after work and it was like it felt so nice.
Yes, we had a guest
Yeah.
last episode, so if you have not listened to it, go. It's really interesting. It's
Yes.
you can listen to somebody else other than me and Yasmeen talk, so it was very interesting, honestly.
We do talk a lot, so
I like
get
it.
a break from us.
Exactly.
It was so nice, and Antonio was very, very interesting. He reads a lot, so he knows a lot of information. And if you love reading,
Yeah, it's just a different
Go listen.
perspective on
Yeah.
things, so it was
Very
interesting
nice.
to have him.
yeah, very, very nice. But yeah, what is new in your life? What have you been doing this week?
Honestly, nothing new. I feel like it's a continuous of last week, so I'm not saying anything weird or beautiful, it's just like
Subtle?
consistent,
Yeah,
no ups, no downs, just consistent. I don't mind. I feel like getting closer to the holidays, I should be excited, but I'm not for some reason. I used to be a lot more excited when it's like the end of the year and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Or maybe because I don't have anything planned. And today I was trying to find what's going on in New Year's Eve, and I just got overwhelmed by the amount of events that I have no idea if they're good or not. And then I just
Yeah.
turned off my laptop. I was like, I'm done. Seriously, I was scrolling just to pick something fun to do, and I'm just like sick of going to restaurants. I feel like that's what I usually do, is like go to restaurants or bars and just celebrate with the friends, but I guess there isn't anything else to do. And before that, I used to go like to parties, because sometimes like there are Arab parties
Yeah.
that happens and they're interesting, but I feel like with time I grew out of that phase of enjoying those parties, and now I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just want to do something exciting, so help me.
I don't know either. I don't know. Holidays for the past 2 years, it hasn't been feeling like holidays, to be honest. But
Like a very settled feeling, right?
yeah, to me, New Year's is fine. It's just eat a little something that is nice and just chill and
No,
Celebrate.
I like to celebrate the 12 o'clock.
yeah. I'm saying
you
like to
know?
me, I love to celebrate the 12 o'clock with a cute little meal.
Yeah.
I just love to open up the new year with a good meal. You know,
I see what you
something
mean.
that I love.
Coming from a food lover.
Foodie. I'm
Yeah.
foodie.
Yeah,
I
so it
love
does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, anything you have food in just becomes 10 times better.
Yeah, I like to see fireworks. And we'll see. Actually, the weather here during Christmas is going to be in the 70s. I might enjoy like going outside, to the park and do the
Yeah.
outsidey kind of stuff, because that's always my favorite thing to do. So that's a plus. It's not going to be raining or
Yeah.
cold that you have to be inside and just be around the fireplace like
Yeah.
a lot of people in the north are doing, and actually celebrating Christmas.
I know
Christmas
how
is
it should be.
supposed to be celebrated,
Yeah.
but we feel like we are in Australia because we are on the same vibe. It's a
Literally.
summertime here too.
Literally, it's like, look, I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Seriously, and it's December.
yeah,
It's not that cold. I'm wearing this for the vibe. You know what I mean? I
Just
was cold
vibing.
earlier. Yeah.
it's colder in the house.
For real.
Vibing. Yeah, wallah.
But yeah, that's how I'm feeling lately.
Okay.
To be honest, TBH.
I don't know. To me, I'm excited about the new year or whatever. I
Whatever.
also whatever, that shows you how excited I am. Anyways, I had 2 days of PTO that I haven't used, and it's use or lose. So I'm gonna take the
Use.
30th and the 31st off because I ain't about to lose it.
Mm-mm.
I am not losing it. I lost 5 days yesterday. I lost 5 days yesterday.
That's funny.
That make no sense.
No, it does.
Anyways, to us, yeah.
To me, it does.
Of course,
I
baby
got
girl.
exactly
Everything
what
I
you-
say makes sense to you, and everything you say makes sense to me.
Exactly. I know exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah,
But correct it.
just delusional. Anyways, I lost 5 days of PTO last year. Nobody told me that it's a use or lose until like last week, and I was like, that's sneaky.
It is
But
sneaky.
anyways, so this year I'm using it because I'm not about to lose
Of course.
again.
No. You live and learn.
Yeah. So, and then a week later, I'm gonna take 2 weeks of PTO.
It is what it is.
I'm very excited to take some time off because I haven't been off ever since I graduated, really. And I haven't traveled or done anything ever since 2023 May. Yeah. So I'm very, very excited. Yesterday I was working out and it was leg day, so I was dead. And I stretched and everything, but I was still feeling sore, so I was like, let me just go take a bath. And
A hot bath?
a hot bath. And I blasted it. It was hot.
Okay, she was steaming.
Literally steaming.
Like the minute you turn it off, you still see the smoke
Yes.
coming out of your body
The
hot.
whole mirror was fogged up. Nothing. You couldn't see
Sometimes
anything.
you really just need
Yes.
that,
And I don't do it a lot because I like to, at the end of every shower or bath, just have cold water right on because it's not good for you. You need to close up your pores with cold water. So it was very, very hot, and I have never taken a bath that hot in my entire life. Like, it was extra hot. Anyways, it felt so good.
Did you go gradually?
No, I just...
Okay.
I like to surprise myself. And at first, I was like, oh, my skin is gonna fall off.
But then you couldn't leave, huh? You were just inside.
No, because it felt so cold outside. I tried to,
Okay.
but it was very cold. And I just laid back and I fell asleep for 30 minutes.
Thank God you didn't die and drown.
Girl,
I'm just dramatic like
You
that.
are dramatic. I would feel that there's no oxygen in my body and I would wake up.
You know, girl, like I watch a lot of stuff
Yes.
that don't make sense.
The documentaries.
So I
Yes.
gotta ask.
So, it
Was
would
it
have
really
been very
30 minutes?
peaceful if it did, very, very peaceful. But anyways,
No, that's
it
not
felt-
cool.
I'm
But did you
joking,
really
I'm
sleep 30
joking.
minutes or are you
I
exaggerating?
swear to God, no. I kid you not, 30
wow.
minutes. And I woke up because I was anxious. Like toward the end, I was like, oh, let me.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad it was only 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Yani.
I'm glad. I'm glad too. But it felt so good. I left the bath afterwards. Slept
Like a baby, huh?
literally like a baby.
That's so cute.
Felt so good.
It happens when it's
So-
cold outside and you're tired and like it's like a whole package and then you sleep like a baby.
Yeah, and also I didn't feel sore this morning, which I normally do.
You need
so
to increase those
that
weights.
might be
No, it's not the
The
hot
way.
water. It's not the hot water.
girl. No. When with leg day, if I carry this, I'm sore the next morning.
you really think it's
I'm
the
not
hot
saying
water?
that I'm doing good at leg day. I skip leg day. I try to go.
Yeah.
I think so. I really think so.
Actually, I don't know like scientifically how the muscles work, but a lot of people do that, like go into hot water, then cold
cold
water,
water.
and then hot.
I mean,
like
that
cold
makes
and hot,
sense.
to help the muscles and the skin like get tightened a little bit.
Circulation of blood, because
The
that's
circulation,
what we do.
yeah. But I don't know if it's gonna help with soreness. Like if you lift a lot of weight,
I need to look it up. To be
they say
honest, but
usually
I felt good.
stretching after like
I
lifting.
did stretch, but
Yeah.
it doesn't really help much.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. But yeah, the hot bath.
Do you
was
like cardio
nice.
or lifting more?
I like cardio more, but I have to lift, so I do it regardless. It's
Yeah.
not about liking it.
I feel you, girl.
I
Me
gotta
too.
do it.
Me too.
I love lifting and stuff if I'm doing abs, if I'm doing other upper body stuff like that. Legs, I hate it,
Yeah.
but I still do it.
Yeah.
And I struggle going up the stairs because I don't take the elevator. Then I'm like, might as well. You did
Yeah,
this whole
of
thing.
course.
Go up them stairs.
Yeah.
And it starts shaking and it's not funny anymore.
I just like being sore. I enjoy that
Not
feeling.
like-
Yeah.
I hate like they
Yeah. Yeah. I like how crippled it makes me the second day.
stop.
Like, you know, like you sit down and it's like, and
That's
then
the
you get up,
worst
it's,
feeling ever.
I don't know why I enjoy it. I enjoy pain.
You're crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I enjoy
little
the
bit of
soreness of
pain.
upper body and abs.
The abs,
to be
I
honest.
love
Yeah,
abs
yeah.
soreness.
But leg, no, hell no. Because I feel like I'm incapable of doing anything.
I see.
It's just crazy. But yeah, okay. Today we wanted it to talk about a very interesting topic. Why women don't want to have kids anymore. Lately, a lot of girls are deciding not to have kids.
They-
Even not only girls, like a couple are deciding not to have
Yeah.
kids together.
I feel like
What's your
the
take on it?
idea of having a family is dying a little bit, you know, even if couples really want to spend time and the rest of their life together, their goal is not let's have a baby right away. You know, before it used to be like, oh, let's have kids, let's build a family. Now the dynamic of a family does not have to include a baby, you know? And I feel like I'm seeing it even like around me. I feel like when I first was a kid and first starting to realize families and family dynamic, it used to be different. Like everyone around me had kids. A lot of girls who were just now getting older were getting married and having kids. Now it's completely different. I feel like it changed in 20, 30 years, you know? Now
did,
the
yeah.
girls that I used to see already have kids, but like in their age now, the girls that I see don't have kids, you know, or don't even want to have kids. And if they think about having kids, it's like one kid only, you know? So I look at this from multiple factors. It's definitely not just one factor that is affecting how we are thinking about the family and what family dynamic means to us. And I find it interesting, and I feel like a lot of people don't really realize it and don't really realize the difference that it's going to make in the future. Like it's looking a little bit weird. It's shifting a lot of things. Even if you look at numbers and charts, you will have a bigger idea about what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I agree. It is getting like decreased a lot more lately, and I feel like it is because of technology and everything around us, how life is moving super fast. And I feel like people are shutting down their emotions. And I truly feel that we don't want to be held accountable or responsible of anything anymore, because we are being fed that idea in social media that you should go run after your success and just, you know, be selfish and be only for you, get whatever you want. You can achieve anything in life, but you don't really look at your personal life. You're just looking at what is out there, and you kind of want to be like this person or like that person, but their time pace and their journey is different from you. And you don't realize that you cannot have their life. You kind of start just running after this illusion, but I feel like you would never look at your personal life and be like, what do I really want? A lot of people are choosing not to have kids because they think that if they achieve all of these other things, it will replace the happiness of that part. But it doesn't necessarily. If it is truly your choice that you don't want to have kid, I respect that. But if it is because you're distracted by other things, 20, 25 years later, when you cannot really have a kid anymore, you might look back and you're like, well, I should have done this at that time. I really wasn't focused. Or I was so focused that I didn't have some time to look at my personal life. That's like one of my biggest fears, to be honest.
Um, I was looking, excuse me, I was looking at facts.org and how population have shifted in the United States. And you look at like the age of marriage for women and the age of marriage for men. It's gone up by a lot for both genders, meaning both genders are not seeking marriage. They're seeking the single life. They don't get married till like men early 30s and women end of their 20s. Before it used to be early 20s, the average overall. So whenever you are getting older and trying to have kids, scientifically it's going to be harder. It's not going to be as easy, okay? And that happened because the shift in society that has been happening. Basically, women are going to school more, women are trying to be independent more, and so are men, like we are always, like you said, trying to look at life from one view, my point of view, trying to exclude anybody else because we have been taught that everybody around us is just a distraction. Family is a distraction. Like it's been fed to us in so many ways, and it is a propaganda, and it can work, and it definitely did work. I don't want to have a big family versus a lot of my family. When I was younger, a lot of girls in my family wanted to have kids. That was the ultimate goal, is like to get married and have kids and start a family. It's not my goal, and it's not the goal of a lot of girls that I've met in my life who are around my age. It's not their goal. We all have selfish goals. I can say that 100%.
Yeah. I said that, and I am one
Yeah.
of those people. I have a vision to myself that I want to achieve.
Yeah.
That I'm not willing to distract that by anything else. So.
Yeah, so it became something that we don't even find it weird. It's not odd. Like it's been very accepted that this is what you should do. And also I was looking at numbers of like people who over the age of 18, between the age of 18 and 24, who still live with their parents. It used to be a lot less in the 80s because people were getting married, so they leave their parents' house and go and live with their partner. Now it's like the age between 18 and 24 has increased. The number of people who are living with their parents that age has increased.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are not getting married. They're just staying with their family. Yeah.
I have a lot of friends, and most of them are guys that are still
With their
living
families.
with their parents. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like,
It's
it's
just
a different
changed.
generation, different timing. Would you want to, at any point, or let me put it that way, have you always felt like you don't want to have a kid, or have things changed in your life, like it became maybe one priority at one time and it didn't at other times? You know what I mean?
To be honest with you, having a kid was never a priority in my life. Maybe I'm too brainwashed. You know what I mean?
I know.
Maybe. I don't exclude any possibility of what made me the way I am, but there are a lot of external factors 100%, and one of them is I am too selfish. You know what I mean? Like I feel like having a baby is going to make me give a lot of from my time to somebody else, and I'm not willing to do that at this age. Am I going to change in the future? I don't know, but at this moment I'm selfish, and I've always been like that. So I might change in the future, but it's also a scary thing because I've been also fed that it's a lot of responsibility. It's not an easy thing. And I do see it. I see a lot of women and how some of them, their life changes and it becomes revolved around their kids. And that's the healthy thing because that kid is your own responsibility. Yes, you brought that kid to life. You have to take a piece from your time and give it to them because that is 100% your responsibility. That's why I don't think about kids because I'm too selfish. I can't give that. And I don't want to be a bad mom. Like, I don't want to be a bad parent. What's the point? Like,
but I have a theory. Somebody who thinks like that, it turns out to be the best mom out there. Because
that's why
you're not thinking if you...
I want to be the best mom out there that for my kid, you know, this is why I don't want to have kids now. Because my mental health will not help me. My time, my lifestyle will not help me to give the best life that I can give to my kid.
Yeah.
You know?
You're saying that because you are selfish and stuff, but I think because you're thinking that once you have that kid, you have to be selfless. And a lot of mothers out there, they have kids and they're still selfish.
Yes.
Because they're choosing to still do that part of their life. As a woman, you have to have a kid, so you have to succeed in that. But they don't think about the actual person that they're bringing into life and how much time they need from you and how much, you know what I mean?
No, I see a lot of women that just think about, oh, my kids are private school, so
yeah,
they're fine.
Exactly.
My kids have a nanny at home, so they're fine. I'm doing my due diligence as a parent. Okay.
Or I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
money is not gonna substitute
So
any type of time with your kid or the emotion and the support, emotional support that they need, especially at a very young age, right? In my opinion, I think that I wouldn't want to have kids anytime soon because I feel like I want to be the best version of myself to have a kid because I don't want them to see me doing anything. This might sound crazy, but we're not perfect. But I want to reach the best version of myself so my kid can have me as a role model, something that they can look up to, not just something, a person that is just like, you know how moms nowadays, they do it. They're like, they want to go out with their friends, but they feel guilty about going out with their friends. So they have to lie to their kid. They're like, I'm going to the doctor. I've always hated that shit.
Me too.
You don't have to lie to your kid. You always have to be honest with them and tell them exactly what you're doing. And either they agree with you on it, or if they don't, you have to talk to them and make them understand.
Kids,
Make them understand that you are your own person and you deserve your own time as well.
That's healthy.
Exactly.
Parenting.
For everybody, because now you have so much energy bottled up. If you don't take it out somewhere, you're going to take it out on your kids and you're going to traumatize them. So I truly believe that as a mother, you need to have your time for yourself to be able to be more productive with your family and give them the healthy emotional support they need. I have 3 sisters and they're all older than me, and they had their kids at a younger age, and I am now about to be 27, and I think I passed all of their ages. That
they were younger than you when they all had their
exactly
kids.
And to them now I like should be having kids, and I'm like, that's not really what I want. And I don't think, I have a little idea, I don't think it's sustainable with the world that we live in today to have a lot of kids. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think what you are saying is all something that has been fed to us? Like, from psychological viewpoint, now we have a lot more people who are awake and more awakened about the mental health and being the best version of yourself. I feel like in our parents' time, that idea was not out there, like going to be the best version of myself and
Yes.
actually working on yourself was not something
It's
out
not
there.
brainwashed. It's most of people is from trauma. It's not brainwashed.
Okay, but like we have been fed this idea of you have to work on yourself and have to be the best version of yourself at all times because you're gonna pass it along,
Listen,
which is true. There is a
I
lot
get
of
it. I
facts to
get it
that.
because I was in that phase in my life where I was like, I'll never be in a relationship with somebody unless I'm 100% healed.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, you will never be
Yeah.
100% healed.
Yeah.
You have to be a little bit unhealed to get into a relationship to how do I say, to trigger those parts about you to try to work it out. And if the other person is not willing to be there with you to help you be a better person, then that person is simply not for you.
Of course.
They gotta love you whether you are a little bit crazy or you're 100% healed.
I feel like working on yourself is a lifetime project.
Yes.
It does not have an end. It does not have a stopping point. It keeps going till you die.
100%. But having a kid though
Yes.
is a complete different thing. And when I'm saying I need to be the best version of myself, I repeat it. I don't mean perfect. I don't mean 100%. I mean that I need to be stable financially. I need to find a person that is stable financially, that is stable emotionally, that
True.
is willing to love my kids. Because as a person, as a woman that is capable of bringing life into this world, it's my responsibility to choose a person that is going to be the best dad for
Yeah,
my
because
kids.
you can bring babies left and right. But
Literally,
making a choice of who you do that
any
with
person.
is very important.
Very true. Any person, we can have kids. But like, I think the hardest part is actually finding the right person and also being stable emotionally and financially. Oh my God.
Financially, I got you.
Financially. Myself as well.
Yeah.
So that way, if I fall one day, the dad takes it. If he falls one day, I take it. It's a partnership.
I feel like it's very smart, to be honest. I know it's like a lot of people are afraid of us not having a lot of kids in the future. And I know looking at the numbers, it does sound a little bit scary that there is a bigger percentage of older people than young people and all that stuff. And I feel like the average age in 2024 for a person who's purchasing a house is like 50 something years old. And I was like, what? 52 years old is the average age? So basically, those people are still the ballers, still the people who have the most amount of money, which is scary because we need to have younger kids so
yeah.
we can actually not destroy humanity, you know what I mean? Not just disappear.
And on their time, they bought their house when they were 25 or 24, whatever.
Yeah.
Because it used to be a lot younger, I think 30 or
It
something.
used to be a lot easier to build
Cheaper
a career
too, yeah.
and a life. Nobody can disagree with this. Like if
Yeah.
anybody tells you no, now it's easier to make money, it's easier to succeed. Let's look at statistics. Let's look at numbers. Yes, we have more people with money, but where is that money coming from? Before it used to be more divided. Now it's like capitalism. You get a big group of people here that is controlling this whole market. You get a big group here that is controlling the other market. It's very capitalism. So that's also one of the reasons that we're seeing less kids, because people are less stable. People are making less money. People are feeling they're more confident in having kids later on in their ages because that's when they reach stability.
Yeah.
People back then used to be stable and thriving in their careers in their 20s and, early 20s actually. Now it's like you don't know. You could be in your early 20s, you could be in your early 30s. You really don't know.
True. But going back to the idea of sustainability, I think that idea is not really fit to us. Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying it, but I truly believe it's a problem. I was listening to something and they said there are like 500,000 kids that go to orphan.
Oh wow, that's a
Yeah,
big number.
yes, that's a huge number. To me, I'm not gonna lie. Again, I would love to have a kid like my kid one, but I don't think I can have more than that. I would love to adopt kids. That's just, it's unsustainable to have more than one kid nowadays, because you could be helping all of these other kids to have a home, and also financially, like having an infant over and over and over. It's so expensive.
Yeah, it is. But I feel like I still see a lot of families also that want to have a lot of kids, and it's usually culture or it's usually trauma that is making them want to have more kids. To be honest with you, like there's always something hidden,
Yeah, but what
behind
kind of
that
trauma that
idea.
wants you to bring more kids to traumatize them more? I mean, I know you are probably traumatized and you can't analyze that to that extent, but like that, to me, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like being in a country that is a third world country, for
yeah.
example, Iraq, and you still have like 6, 7 babies, and you barely make any money to bring home, and you know that you are struggling, and you still want to have more kids. That's insane.
Yeah, I feel like third world countries have less sex education. In the West, we have a lot more sex education, and our responsibilities are a lot more, and our life like speed is like a lot more. So like I can't compare basically the West to Iraq, which is a third world country, because I know people there do not have the same education level as we do. But if they do, or like some of them that do, they have completely different ideas about having kids, like pretty similar to me and yours.
Yeah.
Those are the people who have gone through education, or like have have a little bit of understanding of what it takes to really raise a kid, really have thought about it. Because a lot of people think that it's just like back then, you just bring kids and they just grow up or old. No, now you have like 24/7 civilians on your kid, because they have a lot of technologies. It's harder to raise a kid. It used to be a lot easier. Like
Yeah.
your kids did not have access to a lot of things. You were in control of what they're looking out to. You were
Literally.
in 100 control of their environment. Now it's becoming harder. So that's also like technology,
Yeah.
it makes it harder. It gets you busier and it makes it harder to raise kids.
I had a cousin that was like 6, 7 years younger than me when she first came, when she was born. So I still remember my aunt used to be able to sit down and watch TV and chill, and her kid is just playing right there,
Right?
not doing much, right?
Yeah.
I swear she was not doing a lot of things. Like she was doing her duty as a mom, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But she wasn't like going off on and beyond trying to distract her kids from horrible things that she might see on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays, my sisters, they have to be like all day working, playing around, and doing the most for their kids to distract them from YouTube, from like their
Tablets,
tablets and
iPhones.
iPhones and all of that. Sometimes I want to hang out with one of them and I call her and I'm like, let's go do this and this and this. And she's like, I'm at the park, bring coffee and let's just sit here because I want the kids to play for an hour or two.
Yeah.
Because they've been
They
sitting
have to do that.
at home all day in
Yeah.
front of the screen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's another thing. It's a lot of work. And if you are not aware of what your kid is watching or how many hours of the day they are consuming technology, you would literally lose that kid in no time, because they not, and I don't mean lose like
Girl, you can lose
lit-
adults doing that. Are you
literally,
kidding me?
literally.
Like adults lose themselves because of screen time. So
Yeah.
imagine what that can do
A
to
kid
kid.
not developed, their mind is not developed yet. And there are studies that are proven that the percentage of autism and other
Has increased.
has
Yeah.
increased by so much.
ADHD,
Because
autism has
yeah,
increased so much, and we don't know where it's coming from. It could be multiple things. In my opinion, one
Technology.
big thing is technology and
Yeah.
access to screen time. Like, that's insane, honestly. Like, even us as adults, we barely can control it. Like, our phone has to remind us to get off. Imagine how important that is, that even people that make money through you being on screen are putting a time limit for you as an adult to use it. They know how dangerous that
Yeah.
is. They need to add this feature because now, for the app or the application or whatever we're using to be approved to the public, it needs to have a time,
Yeah.
a timeline, a timeout for you. So imagine how dangerous that is for kids.
Yeah. It is. It's terrifying. Because I even see one of my nephews. It took him a long time to start talking. And when my sister was taking him to the doctor and everything, he said it's fine. Like he'll pick up talking
Yeah.
like normal, but just give him some time because he gets distracted a lot.
Yeah.
If he watches anything with the screen, anything that grabs his attention,
He
he's
zones out.
gone.
Yeah.
Like he is zoning out. He is in the zone with that one thing. He does not listen to anybody else.
Yeah, even cartoons, like, honestly, I know the whole job and it's an industry and people make money from it. I understand. But like cartoons nowadays, they study like what color to use, what movement to use, what music to use,
Yeah.
what voices to use. Like, really, bro, like,
It's all psychological. They are trying to
what are we
control
trying
your
to
kid at a very
do?
young age.
Yeah.
And if I have a kid, they are only allowed to watch Tom and Jerry and Tom and Jerry only. Old cartoons, they really didn't have like that
They don't even talk. It's
hidden
just,
messages and shit in
yeah,
it like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
It's just chill. You just watch and it's colors and everybody's running after one
The
another
ones
and
that
it's
we
funny.
used to watch, but like there are cartoons in Disney that people have studied and they
Yeah,
have
no,
seen
but I'm
some
saying
like hidden
Tom and
messages.
Jerry
Yeah, Tom and
only.
Jerry is
Yeah.
so like cool, you know.
Yeah.
You don't even hear any
But Disney,
talking.
I already have my opinion about Disney. They are horrible.
Yeah.
Like for kids, really, they do the most to manipulate
Yeah.
kids
It's
at a
like a
very young
factory
age.
for brainwashing
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. It is.
A
It is horrible.
manufacturer.
And also, why do they even get involved in political things when it's a kid channel? Like it should never be involved in any political thing. But that's another thing. Um, but yeah, cartoons, they made their money. Good for them. But you also make sure that you put in your time for your kid to do other activities, physical activities.
Also, you know what? I also just thought about this. I feel like like back then, a community used to be a big thing. Like people would always be part of
Yeah.
something, a community that they interact face to face with a group of people. Now it's a lot less. You really have to look for communities. You have to push yourself to be part of them. And sometimes you might not even be part of one. You know what I mean? So, like, it's harder to meet people nowadays. This is why we have dating apps. And that could be also confusing and overwhelming. So, like, one reason is it's harder to meet partners nowadays.
That's why we should cancel it, please.
Dating apps, I feel like a
We
lot of
should
people.
cancel it. I feel like it's not successful on a long run.
Look, you have never tried it. I have
On
never
a,
tried
but
it.
nobody has ever tried it on a long run.
Okay, I know people who are getting married who met through dating apps. I don't think it's bad, but I think it could be confusing because you have so many options that you have no idea who they are. Back then, your options used to be people who you kind of interact with because you are part of a bigger community. Now it's like more individual life. Everybody is living on their own.
I don't know. To me, it's just like the idea of going through something and looking and scrolling through people
clothes?
like it is a piece of product. And in mind, you are looking for love. You're forcing yourself to look for something that might not even be there.
Yeah.
You're kind of creating a fantasy in your brain that around a person's look. Because first thing you're going to look at, don't tell me that you read the bio. first thing. You don't be reading the name. You
No.
watch their face immediately. If you're attracted to them, they're cute, whatever, you're like, oh my God, yeah, let me read some other things. And sometimes, even if you don't like something in there and it is clearly a red flag, you still think the person is cute and let me just give it a shot. Let me go on that date. You go, and then you're in your brain, you're really forcing the love. That's just my opinion. And nobody has tested it on a long run. And maybe in 20, 30 years, I'll be wrong. Maybe a lot of people are having successful relationships and maybe not. But I know that I would never.
You will never use dating apps.
It's
I don't
it's
know.
scary.
I've seen some success in some people that I know. So I don't know. Also, I've never used it. But the idea of having people minimized to being just like
Picture.
a picture with like some details is kind of like weird. But also people back then also used to do that, like, you know, there is somebody in the neighborhood that would know all like the single girls,
Abdullah.
or Abdullah, you know what I mean. And there are
Hi.
people, so
Hey,
like,
girl.
so this is like an upgraded version, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So it's always been out there. It's up to you if you want to use it and get confused or get lucky. You know,
Yeah.
I really don't know. I feel like you just have to be smart about it. You know, you really have to think. So it's a full-time job trying to find somebody on a dating app.
True. And don't call it love. It's a arranged marriage that
Yes.
followed love. If you fell in love, good for you. I'm really happy for you.
Yes.
But don't call it love.
Like,
love
give the
to
dating
me,
app some credit.
yes, please. Give some of Abdullah some credit. To me, it really is. If it's not that, like me just going out and then seeing a person and they're doing something that I liked, or they smiled, or I smiled and they liked that, and we just interacted like humans. Like, hello, how are you? You know, what's
But
your
to
name?
be honest,
Whatever.
me and my fiance Ahmed have met through Instagram.
Yeah, but-
Instagram is a dating app, but like back then. But I
But you
still
know, it's
believe
not
it is
just-
still a dating app.
It's not just a picture.
No,
It's
it
a
was
whole
multiple.
person
Yeah,
that
it's a
you
whole
know.
person,
And also there was also immediate effort of coming and seeing who you are.
yeah.
You know?
He really booked
so it's
that
it-
flight. Yeah.
So, you know, that's
I-
an effort.
I like when we first started talking, I was like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm not putting any emotions, no effort without you meeting me in person, and my brother and sister have to like you. Like
Yeah.
all like I don't just me. It's not just me. I literally made him
As you
meet
should,
my
yeah.
brother, and it was like I think 10 p.m. before he leaves, and the night before he leaves, and he met my sister as well the morning of. No. Yeah, and they both liked him, and I was like, okay, you pass.
As you should. That's the best thing that you did.
Yeah,
Because
honestly.
it's when you see an effort, yeah, if there is somebody on Instagram or something, okay, you know.
Yeah. Don't
Fly out.
ignore any red flags. Like if he had like did not try to see me and just play the games, that's a
Bye.
red flag. But if he is really interested, you will know. Like now we have smarter women than
Of
back
course.
then. Women nowadays are more intelligent. We're less naive. And thank God, that's the good thing about like technology. You know, it's making us more awake, more educated. So use that to your knowledge, use that to your own advantage, and learn from other people mistakes, not just your family and friends. There are so many strangers stories out there, and most of them are real. So learn from them. You know.
And don't be delusional in like, oh, let me give a chance. If you block a man, he will find a way to find you. In 1950, they used to go down the balcony, wait 10 hours for a girl just to pass by the window.
Yeah. True.
And that's a real man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
wait until a man comes in like that. Please, don't waste your time, girly.
Yeah. So true.
But yeah,
I think that's also another reason. Like now we are smarter, we are more educated, and women are more independent. So we're not gonna settle down just for anybody. I feel like that's also one reason why we see less kids. You know?
yeah, because 100% honesty, I would much rather be alone than invest in something
Of
that
course.
is that might traumatize the hell out of me and a kid later in the future.
Oh,
Much
place,
rather be,
yeah.
not to say, I feel like most, I don't want to say every girl, that's just stupid. Most of girls want to have a family, want to have a kid, want to have, just like somebody to be with. But it would be much better for you, instead of you just jumping into something, to be really sure that you actually choosing the right person, because trust me, it's much better for you to be alone than being with somebody that might not be the right person for you in the future.
100%. Honestly.
That's just my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I mean, so I talk too much bad things about technology, but I know there are also a lot of pros, to
Of course, yeah.
technology. Like me knowing about like what's toxic, me knowing what's a red flag, me
Yeah.
knowing what's good, what's bad, me knowing how to improve myself. It's all informations out there that we can use. And yes, it does affect us not wanting to have kids. To be honest, it
Yeah.
does. It does.
Of course. Of
Because we
course.
know,
Yeah.
like, we know there's always better things to do,
Yeah.
And
But always there's a one problem that we don't give each other chances anymore, or we don't invest, and we're too scared, and we think that we got all the options out there, and
yeah,
sometimes you really don't.
true.
Good people are very few out there. So don't fumble something just because you think that there might be somebody out there that is better or something like that. You really don't know. In my opinion, I feel like you could lose somebody that is really, really good just because you thought that there are a lot much better options, and good people are very few in this world. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, the internet might make you think that there are a lot, but there are very few people who are really good out there.
And
Like,
I feel like that's the dating app thing. Is you go, because I've seen people, some of my friends, they do it, and they have a person that they're talking to, and they continue scrolling to find another one. I'm like, but you just talked to somebody. Don't you want to focus on them and go with them out on that day? And they're like, oh, well, if they cancel on me, if they don't like me, if at least I have somebody
okay.
else.
Yeah, that's scary a little bit. I don't know people that close to me that do this, and maybe this is how it works. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know
you need to
either,
have
but
5, 6 people in advance and see which one works. I don't know. I'm not a professional dating app
yeah.
user. I
That
have
to
no idea.
me, yeah, to me that sounds insane.
Also, your location matters. Like sometimes you are just in the wrong spot, Like there are no potential people that you can mingle with and partner
So
with. So that's also something that you have to think about. Like if you feel like you cannot find a partner, it could be the spot, It's the wrong spot. Yeah.
expand that mileage.
Yeah.
My friends, I just remembered when I first went to Barcelona,
It's so funny.
I met a lot of international students because we were in an international art school.
Yeah.
Almost everybody was looking through Tinder.
Oh no, no. And that's just a one day or a one
Yeah,
a
yeah,
one
yeah.
week
No, I mean
kind of stuff.
nobody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like I was like, damn, y'all are on a mission.
No. For me, like when I travel, my first mission is to have fun. It's not to find a partner. Like no way. Maybe because I am already like engaged, but like even when I was single,
It doesn't matter. Even if
wasn't.
you were knowing you wouldn't.
Yeah,
Well,
like
we're traveling. I mean, I'm traveling and I'm looking up churches out there that I want to
yeah,
explore. Other
restaurants,
architectural
stuff.
things to see,
Yeah.
food, and yeah.
Not
And
Tinder. Like,
yeah.
are you kidding me? That's
But
hilarious
it
though.
was funny. Literally, everybody was trying. I was like, oh, cute. But I mean, a few people didn't really, and those are the people that I was mostly around because we were just
Yeah, but
like
I know a huge
having
percentage
fun.
of people use Tinder and other dating apps.
Yeah.
Like it's very common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like funny. It was mostly American girls.
Really?
Thinking about it now, yeah.
Oh wow.
Because people out there, they just meet each other naturally.
Europe is
Everybody's like
different, yeah.
complimenting each other, and they're so close. You just talk to the person right next to you on the beach, and you have like a 3-hour conversation, and you don't even know them. It's so nice. I was so outgoing there, And I think that is really me because I always tell Thuraya I
It's the
become a whole different
environment.
person.
I'm telling
No,
you,
I like talking to people. I just hate being here. That's it.
let me tell you something. America, we have big houses. Everybody is secluded from
Yeah,
everybody.
you don't
Even if you
walk, you
live in
don't.
apartments, everybody is excluded. You don't even know your next door neighbor. This is our life in America. This is the lifestyle. That truly is. Like, there are people on my street who have been living on the same street for 10 years, 12 years, who do not know each other's names. And that is very normal. Back home, there is nothing like that. But last time I was back home, it's becoming like this.
Oh hell no.
People do not know each other living on the same street. When I was a kid, 20 years ago, like 25 years ago, it wasn't like that, bro. It was not.
Girl,
I used
yeah.
to know every single person that lived on my street and their kids and their cousins and
I used to be in
everybody.
their house the entire day, literally. We would switch out houses. Who the kids gather and go to that one house, and we
It's not
play, and
like
we
this
do,
now.
and then we go to the other house. That is concerning for Iraq, to be honest. But I agree with you. But we were born and raised in Iraq to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So I love having people around me. I love knowing my neighbors. When I came here, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And now I'm forced to deal with this society. I love to be in a place, and I really thrive in a place that is more social, more outgoing.
Yeah.
I like to talk to people.
It's healthier.
It is very healthy, and it's really entertaining. You just go, your day goes by very, very nicely and goes by, nice. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a more of a lonely life in the United States. And
Yeah,
whoever
hate
tells
it.
you it's not, I'm like, okay, try to live somewhere else and see how that compares to the United States. Because even with the changes that are going on in the Middle East, people are still more of a community, like people are still hanging out with each other a lot. It's not like, oh, no.
Yeah, true.
Also, Houston is very big, and there are a lot of places that you can build a community in. It just depends, do you like that community or not?
Yeah,
You know?
very true. All right,
That's all I have.
that's a wrap.
Oh,
What is
I don't
it?
know if you've seen it.
What?
It's disgusting, drama.
What?
There's a girl who wanted to break her record, but she did it because somebody else did it before her or more than her. I don't know. She wanted to sleep with 100 men, right? 100 men in 24 hours, and document it for her OF. OF, guys, OF, the website where you can sell your body. And she actually did it, and somebody was recording a documentary about that, and then he did a mini interview with her right after her challenge was over, and she was crying, and she's like, yeah, this is not for a normal girl. This is something very hard to do. I thought it would be easier and things like that. Like, you can see some regret, a lot of regrets in her after she finished her challenge and succeeded. And then 2 days, I don't know, days after that, she came out on her social media and she said, actually, guys, I'm going to do a bigger challenge next time. I'm going to do it with 1,000 guys in 24 hours. I don't know what's the point
What
of that.
regrets are you talking about?
I don't know.
If
But
she came up with 1,000.
I don't know. Maybe it's marketing. I don't know. And the sad thing is, her mom is her accountant,
Oh,
her
that's
business
fine.
manager.
That's fine. We've seen this. We've seen this story before, and now she's a billionaire.
Yeah,
We've seen it.
yeah. With
You
the K
know who
family.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I don't want to even bring their name,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah,
It's
disgusting.
insane. But like,
Absolutely
I've
disgusting.
seen this
No.
story all over.
I literally want to throw up. That sounds fucking disgusting. Hell no.
It is disgusting, y'all. Like, I don't understand why people are not putting value to this action. I don't understand why.
To themselves. Do you have any value? Like, what is your? Don't tell me you're starving, girl. that is not, you're not starving. You're not doing
No,
that
she's
because
not.
you're starving.
No, she's
If
seriously.
your mom is your accountant and you're doing that, that is insane. Because
And her true
I don't know.
feelings are the feelings that she gave after, right after. That's the real feelings. Like you could see that she is disgusted with herself. She was crying. She is regretting everything. She was barely putting her words together because it was right after. And of course, like all the stuff that she did after coming up with the idea that she will do like the same thing with 1,000 people, that's just marketing studied. She did that 50 seconds, video of just saying whatever. But girl, like, what is making you do that? You're gonna regret this for the rest of your life. There is a woman that actually holds like a Guinness record for that, and she have said that this is the only thing that she regrets in her life.
Okay, and she didn't even do her research before doing that challenge?
No, she just did it for the OF money because people would have to subscribe to see that. Like you can't just go on OF and watch her for free. OF, you have to pay money. So imagine how much money she collected from people who wanted to see that. She didn't care about getting like a,
Okay,
a
yeah, I
trophy
got
for
it. I
that.
got it.
She just wanted a paycheck.
Disgusting.
But it
How
is
am I so
disgusting because there is so much to do out there than just doing this. Like, girl, you're gonna regret this for the rest of your life.
Or maybe not. We don't know. People like that, I don't understand people like that.
Yeah, me too.
You did it knowing that what you're gonna do. What do you mean regrets? You did it and you went through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't go through a certain number and be like, let's stop. I regret this.
Yeah.
That then I'll take it. Yes, you're regretting. You're waking up.
And people actually lined up. Like, imagine you meet somebody in the future who was one of those guys. I would throw up. I would literally throw up. Like, that's the biggest ick.
And how would we know? God
would
forbid to
probably-
please God, leave me single.
Maybe
please.
you would just brag about it.
Why would we even know people like that?
I don't.
We would never.
I don't. I'm not.
And why
even-
am I even I would never say
Let's
hi.
not talk about this
Not
energy.
even hi.
That's so funny. I just wanted to talk about this because like it was something.
All right, that's it. Let's end it at that. That was traumatic.
It was, huh?
You're so happy that you traumatized me.
Yes. I can't be
Thank you.
traumatized alone.
Yes.
You know
Okay.
this.
I know.
That's it for today, you guys.
Bye, guys, because Coco looks so cute right now. And
She's sleeping again.
I want to go
That's all she does.
hug her.
She's the best sleeper and out there.
Bye.
Love you guys. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us, do whatever you want to do. And
Thumbs up.
Yep. Support us out there. We love
I
you
just
and
wanna
we'll
say
see you
that.
next time.
Adios.
Adios. Bye bye.
That's crazy.